Welcome to BullsEYE. Kaylee Cottrell here with BJ Daniels. Episode 11.
Wow.
Time has flown by.
Absolutely.
Can't believe we're on episode 11 already. And we're missing our third amigo over here, Derek. But do we really feel bad for him?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. He's in the Virgin Islands. Virgin Islands for a week with women's basketball. We can't feel too sorry for him.
It's a tough job.
Right. But we do miss him a little bit. But BJ, did you have a favorite spot that you ever went to for a sports trip?
Yeah, possibly playing in the Super Bowl. The first one I ever went to, we went to New York City. So New York City is MetLife Stadium. That's definitely a destination that, is something beautiful to see.
Yeah.
And having the opportunity to be a Big Apple in the Big Apple was pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go. Could you ever live in New York, or is that a place that you'd visit? 'Cause
No,
I'd love to visit it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I could live there maybe for a couple years, but you might get a lot. But I do love to visit it. The energy of the city.
I mean, I'm born and raised from Florida. I don't mind getting in the car and driving myself, which I'm sure would be difficult to do in New York.
Yeah.
So,
could you navigate the subway at all when you were there?
We had special treatment, so we were on charter buses.
There you go. No trips outside of sports to New York where you had to navigate anything like that? No,
sports have really, given me a lot. So I've had an opportunity to travel many places, experience many different cities and states and countries.
Yeah.
So sports have done me pretty well.
I love it. Do you have a destination outside of sports that you've gone to on your own that you love?
Outside. I mean, I'm pretty simple. I went to Amsterdam.
Oh,
so that was pretty cool. Went on a guy's trip, me, Sam Barrington, and
that's what I'm talking about.
Had a good time.
I like that a lot. The only time I've been that way is to Ireland, which was my most recent trip. I went over the summer, which was absolutely stunning. And after a week, we were like, this isn't enough. Like we flew back home. We're like, we already want to be back.
Yeah.
But a cool place I was just at was San Antonio.
Okay.
For our game, UTSA. San Antonio is a super cute city. Yeah. I like it a lot. Was able to grab dinner at the Riverwalk. The night before, which was nice. And I'd actually been there once before for a dance nationals. Me and my mom made a little girls trip out of it, and we stayed for a week on the Riverwalk. But I was a bit younger, so I remembered it, but not too clearly. So it was good to be back, see the city, and experience the Alamo Dome, which was pretty cool. What did you think of the game?
I'm glad we started out fast.
Yeah.
That was something we have been talking about, and Coach Golesh has been talking about for the last couple of weeks now. So just to march down the field and for them to be able to put the ball in the end zone. I mean, when I was watching it, from home on TV, I was really excited. I mean, I like, watching our team be successful in unfamiliar environments. So
absolutely.
I'm sure you were there, so you got a chance to hear the crowd kind of get quiet.
Yeah,
so that was pretty
it got
good.
loud and then it got quiet, which was super cool. And I mean, it wasn't overly packed, but because of the dome, it echoed a lot. So to hear the noise and then kind of get silent a little bit, it was a cool feeling. And I also spent a lot of time with our ops team.
Okay.
So Warsaw and Boone and Slick, spent a lot of time with them, and that's what my feature's on this week. So got to go behind the scenes and see how they coordinate, travel from the airplanes to the buses to the hotels to catering to the police escorts. It's so many moving parts, and truly it's a whole week of work and working ahead, and they do so much, and it was cool to see their process of everything. So I have that feature coming up in this show.
Okay.
And also I did a softball feature with Garcia Soto. So she played on the Puerto Rican national team.
Wow.
So talked to her about representing her country, and then also Puerto Rico came to the team came to campus and played USF here on campus. And so Kathy now on USF, she was on the Puerto Rican side of the dugout. So talked to her about what it was like seeing her usual teammates on the other side of the dugout and, stepping up to the plate and taking on a usual teammate, what that was like for her. She was like, I kind of just treated it like another practice and that sort of thing. But fun feature with her coming up as well. So we have a good show ahead. Can't wait to talk to Coach, and Dono is our guest today. So
excited about
I can't wait. A lot of good content on South Florida coming up, and we can't wait to bring it to you. Stay tuned. Back on BullsEYE, Kaylee Cottrell here with BJ Daniels and head coach Alex Golesh. Coach, you talk about starting off strong and fast, and at UTSA you did that. How pleased were you with the way your guys were juiced up and ready?
Yeah, I thought it was really cool to watch. It's the first time we played a weekday game, short week. So you're really like evaluating all of it, like you know you're going to be in these situations again and again, so you want to make sure your schedule's right. You want to make sure the guys are ready to roll when they go. And we hadn't played a night game since FAMU week 2, so it was really, I thought through warm-ups, I thought through the beginning of the game, I thought we were ready to roll, which was really good to see.
Coach Byram, continues to do some very good things and positive things. One thing that impressed me, I keep watching him, and I'm very critical of him, obviously, because I played the position, but to watch him sit in the pocket, take some really hard hits in his face, and still, delivers the football, on the money, downfield, one to Huey, and a couple things over the middle. I mean, his toughness has shown all season. Like, can you kind of talk about that a little more?
Yeah, I think that's probably been the biggest growth for him, and he'll tell you he's still got a long way to go in terms of some run-pass things and seeing things, but the one thing you've never questioned is his toughness.
Right.
So the biggest growth for him in terms of throwing the football has been, can you settle your feet down enough to be able to get those balls down the field? And I was really impressed, especially getting himself at times protected with some cover zero looks.
Yep.
Like, it was really impressive for him to stand in there and deliver those balls. It's one thing you keep seeing. You knew he was tough, you knew he was gritty, but you keep seeing his growth in different looks, being able to get to the right spots.
Right.
And for me, I feel like we talk about Sean every week at this point, the single season reception record, single season receiving yard record now. But for me, one of the coolest things about Sean, and when you talk about this profession, yes, you're coaching football, but you're also influencing these young men's lives. And Sean, personally, in years past, when I've interviewed him, he was more on the quiet side. He was a bit shy. He wasn't really into that sort of thing. And now when I talk to him on camera, he's cool, he's collected, he's composed, he's confident. And that's a testament to you and your staff and the confidence and the faith that you've instilled in him. And he's been able to settle into himself and flourish with that. So for you, can you put into words how cool it's been, how special it's been to see him grow right in front of your eyes?
Yeah, I think that's probably the coolest part of our job, right, is the fact that that's what we're here for. And again, for me, I started out as a high school coach. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give young guys the same opportunities I had, the same feeling I had, was somebody empowering me to go be the best version of me. And Sean, and there's a bunch of stories like that. Sean is a really cool example of a young man that truly needed somebody to tell him, man, like, you're going to do elite things in this offense, and recognize the skill set and recognize his swag, because I think he's always had that. We've allowed him to go be the best version of that, and to watch a young man as he's gotten more confident just flourish is honestly why you coach, and you can pinpoint a lot of guys in that way. And I think when you've been through the hard like Sean has, I think when you come out on the other side, you appreciate it so much more. And now the conversations with him are humility. Man, humility is always going to be the key to your success, and he certainly is that. But it's cool to see a young man have the success he's having, and still got so much more to go. You're talking about, you hope here 2 more games to continue to add to whatever record he set, but you've got another year, and now he's going to go into the year and knowing the system, knowing the offense, growing within the system, growing with a quarterback that trusts the heck out of him. And man, like, I think the possibilities for him are endless, but in a lot of ways, that's why you coach, is the Sean Atkins of the world, who, whether feel like, man, like, I helped him get to where he got, but in reality, all he needed was somebody to say, man, like, you got this, and now that dude's gonna be so successful in life because he's put the work in and he's seen the result. Now possibilities are endless for him.
Yeah. So senior night is Saturday, and I've always, hated the old man jokes that I would get my senior year, and I just watched Dinivan Jennings, walk off the practice field, and I just thought about all the things he's been through, the fact that he's been here through the ups and downs, through injuries, through wins, losses, and actually is a player that has experienced a bowl game, and has the opportunity to do that again this year. What has Donovan meant to this team, this organization, this staff, just to stick around, stick it out, and just be consistent?
Yeah, Dono's been through the ups and downs, and talk about a guy that got hurt a year ago, and when I got here, had to keep fighting through this injury to come out on the other side of it. Didn't really get to go through spring ball like he wanted to, and you kept seeing him fight through it. And really a young man that had opportunities to go to a bunch of different places, in a lot of ways got pushed by some people to go to some different places, and said, you know what, like, I want to go out at winter. I want to go out and see this place better than it's been. And so I give him a lot of credit. Like, that's hard to do. That takes a different kind of leader. That takes an unselfish attitude. And then he got banged up in the middle of this year, and I think went through this myriad of emotions again, like, man, not again. Like this is it for me in terms of college football. And I think outside expectations for his future in football, there's a lot of emotions he's going through, and a local guy that a lot of eyes are on. But I think he's come out on the other side of that too. He's playing his best football here these last 5 weeks. I think he's settled in to that tackle spot and now has had the ability to lead others around him. He's got a true freshman starting next to him the last couple of weeks, and man, like, they've taken Cole, him, and Mike Lofton, sandwiched them in there, and they've really taken him under their wing, and it's been really cool to watch Dono grow as a leader as well.
Absolutely.
You talk about the process, and whether you're ahead, whether you're behind, it doesn't matter because you're on your schedule. You're laying a foundation for what you want this team, what you want this program to look like. What are you learning about this team week after week?
Yeah, I feel like I learn a lot every single week. The thing that I think I've learned more than anything is we're still growing in terms of emotionally what it takes to handle a game week, physically what it takes to handle a game week, mentally what it takes to handle a game week. I think inconsistency has been the reason why you've seen inconsistent play, and every week we're continuing to learn that. Myself, what I'm continuing to learn is don't waver. You've got a standard set. Continue to hold people to that standard, and don't let anything slip. I think you let one thing slip, it leads to other things. And so I'm continuing to learn that I'm here for a reason. I'm here because this is what this program needed. Honestly, it's what I needed in my career to keep me continuing to learn and grow, and I think at the end of it, what I continue to come back to is just keep loving and keep pouring into these guys, because at the end of it, you keep seeing the result of that. And so stay the course, don't waver at all, keep loving on these guys, and at the end of it, we'll get the result we want.
A big week this week. Before that, it's also Thanksgiving. So I have to know, do you do some of the cooking? Does Alexis do some of the cooking? What's the deal? Do you tag team it?
Well, so I'm going to be here, I think, probably right up until we eat. But I think maybe the one thing that I don't know if people know, and Lex will tell you, I'm an elite cook. And so,
hey,
yeah, I can throw down, like, legitimately. She'll tell you she enjoys my cooking more than hers.
Well, I don't know if you've seen, but there's a meme of you on Twitter that fans absolutely love. I think it's fantastic. And I think a player posted it before the season, and I want to say it was Cheney. You're at a grill, and every time the team does something good, that photo is in the comments saying, like, Coach Golesh is cooking. So I don't know if you've seen it, but it's one of my favorite things I come across on Twitter.
I do a good job of staying off of Twitter.
I was going to say, not that you have time to sit and scroll, but.
But that was a recruiting visit that we had at my house. It was brought in hibachi grills, and I may have had to throw down a little bit.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I do have a flat top.
Hey.
I can throw down, I like to grill. But I love cooking. I enjoy cooking. My little guy loves cooking with me.
Right on.
And I say Alexis loves it when I'm cooking because she doesn't have to. But I love to, that's like my favorite thing to do in the summer. We got time. Like, I love to cook. I like food. Like, I'm a foodie in general. But I've been known to fry a turkey.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah, huge.
Do you have a favorite dish, Thanksgiving dish?
Super, like, traditional. I like turkey. I like mashed potatoes and gravy.
I'm the same way.
It's got to be homemade. gravy.
I'm going to hold you to this at the end of the season, though.
I'll throw it down. Seriously? BJ.
I'm coming.
Kaylee, BJ.
I'm here for it. I'm so here
flat
for
top.
it.
Best
Absolutely.
gift I ever got was a flat top.
That's
It's
cool.
a must-have. Actually,
love
working
it.
on LD Washington, like I told his better half, that's what he wants for Christmas.
There we go.
Okay.
I like it. Here
Yeah.
for it. Well, Coach, as we look to Saturday, it's senior night. When you think about your seniors, what comes to mind?
Yeah, I think, one, it's super interesting right now because there's a bunch of guys that are seniors that could come back that some are going to walk, some aren't walking, some are going to walk but have said they're coming back. Some guys are still up in the air waiting on some NFL things, feedback to come back. So one, it's really different because you don't truly know who the entire class is. So that part's interesting. But I think kind of what I've said all along, you're grateful for the guys that chose to stay. You're certainly grateful for the few that came in with 1 year left that wanted to finish their career here. And more than anything, you want them to feel a feeling at the end of the night, like, man, like we get to keep playing. The senior night wasn't my last time playing college football. And so motivation for me personally to keep playing with those guys, but certainly motivation for our team for Saturday night not to be their last time playing college football.
And with a bowl game on the line, I know you like to take it one game at a time, but with a bowl game on the line, how are you keeping emotions in check?
Yeah, I just said it in there too. I think the only way that I've ever done it, which is just worry about what's important, which is this game in Charlotte and a team that's playing because they're trying to build a program too. And I've always said it, but the most dangerous person in the world is one that's got nothing to lose, and they're coming in here and they're hungry. They're going through the same thing we are. They're trying to lay a foundation for a program that hasn't had recent success, and they're going to do everything they can to go win that football game as well. So for us, literally day by day, step by step, and our process has got to be right.
It's also Fan Appreciation Night. What can fans expect, and how important is it to you and the teams for Bulls Nation to show up? Yeah,
I think it's huge. I think for us to continue to build, got a bunch of recruits, got a couple official visits, for us to continue to build this program and add to what is already an incredible recruiting class. It's huge to have people in the stands. For our players to feel the energy, it's absolutely huge. For our brand to continue to grow, to have people in the stands is absolutely huge. And at the end of the day, it's my job to put a product out there that people want to watch. I know our marketing people are working really hard to give a bunch of stuff away. That's cool. Man, it's Saturday night. There's no Bucks game Sunday. There can't be a better show in town than come out to Ray J. Weather's supposed to be incredible, maybe even hoodie weather.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
And come watch football under the lights and hopefully see a bunch of fireworks.
I will tell you, there's quite a few alumni who've called my phone. So they're coming to town this weekend for Thanksgiving and having time to not have to go to work and relax a little bit. So there'll be some energy from some alumni, there to support as well.
It's awesome. Nothing cooler than that.
Yeah.
I love it. Ray J Saturday night is the place to be. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
More BullsEYE coming up. From an operations standpoint, a lot of work goes in behind the scenes to make sure road trips run smoothly. And today I'm getting the inside scoop on how that happens. I'm Kaylee Trolley, Bulls Insider. Overall, what does your role entail?
I would say overall, anything that's off the field. I mean, from day-to-day schedules to budgets to travel, anything that is I'm not calling a play, I pretty much have my hands in.
I work a lot with our administration, our external marketing department, compliance, larger facility projects like the new stadium. So I'm more larger focused rather than the internal, true day-to-day side of it.
With the head coach, help manage his calendar, make sure he gets to his different media responsibilities, make sure he gets on the phone, and then assisting with anything having to do with operations.
What does your week look like leading up to a game?
So a week up to the game, I mean, we're hitting the ground running on Sunday, cleaning up that last game. And then we move to the next game. We're already looking at that itinerary.
A lot of preparation, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails with every entity that touches team travel with our program, from the plane to the bus companies to the escorts to the visiting or the home team where we're playing, the stadium operations people, catering, everything.
We'll do a big meeting every Monday. It's our operations meeting where we will get heads of every department, from recruiting, compliance, sports medicine, strength and conditioning, equipment. Anyone that really touches the program is in that meeting. We're essentially preparing for what the weekend ahead looks like. So once Thursday comes, we'll all get together, kind of review everything for the weekend, so we're all on the same page when it comes to team travel.
What are some of the logistics that you have to think through when you're coordinating an away game?
Yeah, you know, typically we have about 200 people in our travel party. So you got to make sure that the plane is set and it works out the right way where people are supposed to sit.
I advance over to the airport to make sure the charter company's good, the screeners are ready to go, and that we can be able to get the bags onto the plane, and then when we arrive in the away location underneath the bus. Because when you load all the bags onto a plane, well, what bus are they going to go on when we get to the location? So we have these big bag tags that we put on if it's left underneath the bus, and so we know where it goes once we land. And then another large part of it is making sure the players know where to go, making sure they're not confused, because we go right into a team meeting immediately when we get to the hotel before dinner.
What does a game day look like for you?
Busy. One, making sure that our team is, first of all, comfortable where we're staying, and then we have a sense of privacy where we are, making sure that there are no distractions, and just trying to make everything smooth and seamless for them as they, you know, focus on what we got to do that day.
Hotel-wise, the meeting space is set up in hotel rooms, the pregame meal is set.
Also communicating with the parents. I send them a packet each week that gives the ticket information, like a parking map of the away team. For home games, I give them a manual at the beginning of the year.
What are some things that you think people might not know about the ops side of things?
So we try to work a week ahead. The things for Charlotte next week are done.
You've got to dominate in the details. It's 24/7. That's the thing. You got to be 10 steps ahead of everybody else in the building so that they can operate smoothly without seeing any type of hesitation.
We put in almost just as much hours as the coaches. You know, it's super important for us to be a big support role for them. And you just want to do whatever it takes to make sure that our student athletes and our coaches don't have to think or worry about anything else when it comes to game day.
Back on BullsEYE, Haley Cottrell here with DJ Daniels, and no one other than the man himself, Donovan Jennings. I feel like we're sitting with Mr. USF over here. You have so much history with USF, but I'm curious to know, what is your very first memory with USF?
Oh, okay. My very first, first memory ever, I would say, would be going to the spring game, and I'm just walking around. I'm with my girl, just not really knowing anything, and I see Brad Cecil in a cutoff, just looking like a scrub. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, Brad, what's up, man? I'm like, oh, you Brad? I'm Donovan, whatever. So we met up, but that just always stuck out to me because me and Brad end up being best friends to this day. So just seeing him before we even started, just I didn't know him at all. Just seeing him at the spring game and seeing him walk around, it was just cool. Just knowing now that he's my best friend, it was pretty cool.
Do you have a favorite all-time USF memory?
Favorite all-time. I would say my favorite all-time memory from USF would be, I think, beating BYU. That was pretty special to me because it meant a lot. I'm pretty sure that game was homecoming too, and it just meant a lot. It was just a big game, big stage, and it just meant a lot.
Love it.
Yeah.
Donovan, you're on the verge of setting records. You know, for just being reliable, being available. You know, for the most starts or even most games played. So it's interesting to have this conversation with you because I was the person they called the old man my senior years because I spent 5, including a red shirt. But then to sit across from you is really amazing to just watch you grow from me being a coach to me now being in fundraising, but still have an opportunity to view you and watch you grow up as a young man. Can you talk about your total experience at USF and just what it's meant with the people that's come in that you're not going to leave with, the people that have already left, and then the group that you're going to walk with on Saturday?
Right. Yeah, it's just been, you know, it's been a surreal experience, to be honest, just being able to grow and, learn from all these coaches that I've had and all these, different coaches. They've all given me different aspects of coaching that I can take and learn. And just being able to, see the indoor facility, like, being built is like, it's kind of surreal. Like, when I got here, it was none of this. It was, none of, like, scram. Like, we didn't have a nutritionist. Like, it was stuff like that. So it's like, just seeing how this program has, grown to what it is now is kind of surreal. And, I kind of take it, as something because, I get to experience this, but other people I'm with don't get to experience it. So it's like, I kind of experience it for all of them in a way, I guess I say. Like, I'm still telling Brad, like, yo, we did this in the indoor. Like, so it's like definitely like cool, like being able to, enjoy and experience all the new things that has come. And, it's just been a full circle experience. Like, my freshman year was, the only year I've been here. We went to a bowl game, and now my senior year, being able to, have the opportunity again if we win this game, when we win this game. So it's just, it's all full circle. It all comes back around, and, it's really, I've just been blessed and, to be in this opportunity to being able to have, career games play, how many that is, because, I came in this as, an underdog. I wasn't highly recruited. I really wasn't, didn't have no Power 5 offers. I wasn't, just started playing football at the age of, junior year of high school. So it's like, I came into this expecting nothing, but I got a lot out of it. So it's like, I wouldn't take it back for anything.
That's cool.
You're currently tied with Brad and Meach for second most games played. You'll tie Dwayne Boyles for first on Saturday. What does that accomplishment mean to you? That's huge.
Man, yeah. It means a lot to me. It just, it shows, what type of player I am, how I come to work every day, how consistent I can be, how, dedicated I am to this sport, and just, just putting one foot after another for, 5-6 years and just keep going and keep chugging, no matter what the record, no matter how we play, no matter what, the outcome was, just always keep going and keep pushing. I never left either. I never wanted to leave. That, decision never really crossed my mind. Obviously people came up to me, but it never crossed my mind of me going anywhere else. And, it's just a blessing to me. I don't really know what else to say, because I didn't think I would be in this opportunity. I didn't come into this expecting a star, saying I'm not going to redshirt. I didn't come into this with any expectations. So leaving it with, hopefully a record on, my title is pretty big, pretty blessed.
Yeah, Donald, I also would mention this to you. South Florida football has always been based upon underdogs. People that probably aren't highly recruited, maybe be undersized at different positions, from different areas of the world, or even just the state of Florida. And we've all come in trying to make a name for ourselves, try to improve this university. I want to tell you that, number one, you've done that, by being here and what you gave this university. What's something that they've given you?
Ooh. Something they've given me is just what football teaches you. Football, a lot of, the conversation of like, okay, what do you, obtain when you leave here, or what do you get, besides a degree? I think, football taught me a lot of things. It's taught me how to be disciplined in life. It taught me how to make life decisions. It's taught me how to make tough life decisions. When you're going to be in tough spots in life, and it's all about how you react and, what your response is to those tough decisions. And I think, just pushing through the hard, like football has definitely taught me that, like pushing through hard stuff that, normal people might not push through and they might quit. Football has taught me, and this university has taught me, like, don't quit, keep going. Like, life is going to get harder, and it's going to get harder and harder. So it's all about how you respond and how you bounce back from that. And just the qualities of, like, being, like, time management, and just, like, I think the qualities that football has taught me is way bigger than what the game could ever bring me. Just, knowing that, I will be okay outside in the workspace, because football has taught me the different qualities and different aspects of life that I need to learn for the life.
Absolutely.
Donna, when I think of the O-line, a word that comes in my head is brotherhood. Yeah. You guys are so close. Talk about your relationship with your guys.
Yeah, man. Oh, O-line, that's been a thing since I've gotten to college. It's, since freshman year to now, it's like that O-line group always sticks together. We always have a brotherhood, and it's just great being able to walk into a room where you got your brothers got your back. And, like, it's tough in places where that might not be a case, but, like, here, that's always been a case for me. I've always had a brother I can look to my right and left that I know will have my back. And that's a big thing in the O-line room, definitely, because it takes communication in all spots on the floor, like when we're playing the game. So if you're not communicating with your brother well, then you're not going to play well. So communication is a huge part of that, and just learning how to communicate well and because communication can be good and bad. You have to know how to communicate to somebody. Somebody might not take communication this way, so you have to communicate with them another way. You know, somebody might not like the way you talk to them, so you have to calm down your tone a little bit. So it's like being in a brotherhood, being the O-line, that teaches you that. It teaches you all the characteristics of different people that you have to learn how to, you know, not manage, but, you know, learn how to interact with and, you know, keep dealing with it. Because, you know, brothers are going to fight, but as long as you brothers got your back at the end of the fight, that's all that matters. So I think that's been the case in all my years here.
Well, you're also a beloved leader on this team. What does it mean to you to be able to use that position and influence the younger guys on the team? Yeah,
definitely. It's been a lot, you know, just being able to, you know, if I need to say something and, you know, it gets heard because I have that respect. So I appreciate that a lot. And just being able to, you know, just tell the guys and explain to the guys some of the stuff they just don't know because they haven't been in this role yet or been in, you know, college football that long. And, you know, it's little things, whether that's like, you know, little stuff in the practice field or little stuff in class or little stuff in, like, in the training room or, you know, the facility, just any little things that any little pointers I can give, I'm always, you know, willing to give and eager to give.
Well, take us to the beginning. Did you say you started football junior year in high school?
I did, yeah.
When did everything start clicking for you?
Oh, man. So I was a big basketball guy, playing basketball all my life.
Okay.
Yeah, big basketball. So then...
He's pretty good, by the way.
Yeah,
hey,
you know, we ball a little bit. And then, so then, yeah, my high school coach was really wanting me to get involved in football. So I was like, okay. I finally came out my junior year of high school. I liked it, I didn't love it yet. So then I started getting little offers. Senior year of high school is really where I started to love it, really started to love the game of football. And yeah, just, you know, that's why I came in my freshman year not really expecting anything because, you know, underdog, wasn't really highly recruited. So I came in with a chip on my shoulder, you would say, and I definitely use that to my advantage, you know, playing basketball, having the feet and, you know, being able to move and redirect in, you know, different positions and save myself from different positions or different blocks. So I think it's been surreal, you know, just being able to, you know, start off now playing this football game for long and just being able to, you know, keep going, keep making my mark and keep improving as the years went by, and I think it helped me.
I love it. Now, I can't help but notice the hat. You always have the style game on point. Every game day, I love it. Is that something that has developed? Have you always loved style from the beginning? Where did that come from?
Yeah, I've always liked style. I've always liked, you know, earrings, watches, you know. Threw on the hat today. It was kind of a bad hair day.
Because this is our style guru over here, too. So you guys are quite the pair.
Yeah, this guy right here. But no, I've always called me. They call me like Big Pretty. That's pretty. He used to say
hey,
sexy,
I love
you know.
it.
So I've always liked like earrings and, you know, dressing. I didn't. You know, stereotypical old lineman, you know, whatever, big, sloppy, not looking good. So I wanted to kind of break that, you know, just kind of wear some watches, you know, wear some loafers, you know, every once in a while, you know.
I like that a lot.
For sure.
Now, I got to make sure I throw this out here. So when I first started coaching, Trey Jacobs, Demetrius Harris, Brad Cecil, and there was you, right? Okay, so now I would love to say that you might be FOP. So the face of the program, since you're the last one standing.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Shoot, you can say I'm a FOP now. Yeah. When back in those days, it was definitely a debate. And we definitely keeping score on who was a FOP.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I absolutely love it. Well, Dono, it's also Thanksgiving. So I have to ask, as an O-lineman, how many times are you going to refill your Thanksgiving plate?
I'm going to go back for seconds for sure. I'm going to definitely go back for seconds.
Are there thirds? Is there a fourth time?
I'm going to definitely get a to-go plate. I got to have a to-go plate.
There you go.
That's one of my main things. If I'm feeling good, I might go back for thirds. But my birthday's Friday, too, so I might got to hold off on it, you know.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I'm a
Thanksgiving
turkey
birthday
baby.
game?
Yeah, I'm a turkey baby. Yep. So I got
it.
a lot of good stuff for this weekend.
Absolutely.
And you're a Tampa native, born and raised, so your family's here
Yep,
still
all
as
here,
well.
yep.
Okay, so you'll be able to spend Thursday
Exactly.
birthday game with them.
Yep.
I love it. And it's also senior night.
It is.
On Saturday. What are you looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to win. You gotta get a win. I'm looking forward to win. Looking forward to playing a bowl game. And looking forward to just playing my last game in Ray J. Just honestly soak it all in and just, you know, I think that's when it'll be my time to reflect just for a little bit, you know, on the field. And just take it all in and, you know, remember why I started all this and just know that, you know, it's not over yet and just keep going and keep playing football.
How many tickets you gotta get?
I'm gonna need about 20 of them. 20? I'm gonna need about 20 tickets. So okay, hey, y'all boys, y'all get me right. I'm gonna need them tickets.
We love a good support system. That's awesome. Well, you are truly a USF treasure. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
More BullsEYE coming up. You represented Puerto Rico and played for the national team. First off, what was that experience like?
I mean, it was really amazing. Like, there was always support from the island coming wherever we were at, and it's just such an honor to represent Puerto Rico and wear those 10 letters across my chest. And it's a dream I've had since I was a child, and I can't believe I'm finally achieving it.
Can you put into words how surreal it feels to represent your country?
I mean, I get the chills just talking about it. Like, my mom did it, and it's just always been something I wanted to do. And like, all the girls I've met and the connections I've made have been all worth it, especially, you know, again, representing Puerto Rico. It's just amazing, and all the people always supporting and having our backs no matter what.
And to do it alongside a fellow teammate and coach, how special was that for you?
It's great. I know, like, Camille, like, we first met on the Puerto Rico team, so he kind of came in here like having a built-in friend, and we just have become closer and closer throughout the years. And with Carla, she's a great role model and somebody to look up to, both on the national team and here. And I'm just glad I get to play with her.
You played for Puerto Rico. When Puerto Rico took on USF, what was that experience like as your two worlds kind of collided?
It was kind of fun, honestly. Like, I was nervous kind of getting into it, but it's like, these are my teammates, these are my girls, and like, it was just fun seeing them on the other side of the dugout and stuff like that, but it felt like another practice day.
What goes through your head as, you know, you step up to the plate to take on a usual fellow teammate?
I was just thinking about it like, okay, this is like scrimmage day at practice, except I'm wearing a blue and red now, but I was just thinking about practice that time, yeah.
Now, you're coming off an incredible year. As a freshman, you were the conference co-defensive player of the year, and you led the Bulls in runs and assists. What are you looking forward to this year?
I just can't wait to see what this team can do. We have a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see how far we can go and just see how we show up this year.
As we wrap this episode of BullsEYE, BJ, I've asked everyone what their Thanksgiving plans, favorite dishes are. So what about you? What do you have going on this weekend?
So I'm going to go to New Orleans, actually tonight.
Right
I'm going to visit my little sister. She is the player development for the University of New Orleans University.
Good for her.
My entire family is going to go ship up and see her since she's right in the middle or right beginning basketball season for the women's team. So.
Yeah.
You know, might not get the family meal that my mother loves to cook with the sweet potato pie and the macaroni and cheese and things like that, but maybe try out some New Orleans dishes for this Thanksgiving this year.
Untraditional, but,
yeah.
Here for it. I like that. Do you have a usual favorite dish?
I love macaroni and cheese. I mean,
I'm the same way.
you know, whenever I get married one day, I'm going to make sure that, you know, my wife can get close to my mother. Now she's pretty high up there on that scale of good food. So.
Little recipe passed down.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I like that a lot. Now this Saturday, senior day. Do you remember your senior day? What are your memories from that?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I didn't play.
Oh.
Yeah, my senior year, I actually broke my ankle. So I had an opportunity. The only thing I really wanted to do was to not be on crutches. I just wanted to walk on my air cast out there with my mother, grandmother, grandfather, my little sisters, and just soak in the moment of, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears and everything that I felt like I put into that season. So, you know, I definitely, you know, feel for the seniors every year, you know, but for them to have an opportunity to just go out there and feel appreciated and, you know, at their final moments, I think is a really big deal.
Yeah. I can't wait. I know it's our fan appreciation game. I know a lot of alumni will be there. What are you looking forward to?
Seeing the alumni.
Yeah.
You know, for the last couple of years, it's been our last game against UCF.
Right.
But it's really cool to see, people are still interested in coming to this game. One, because we want to get bowl eligible. Two, because they're excited about where our program is now kind of shifting. And, you know, for alumni to call me this week just to get tickets, extra tickets for their family. Some family members haven't been back since their senior nights. So to have that for this weekend, I think is going to be really cool.
And when you played and you had an important little something on the line, right?
Yeah.
In this case, a bowl game. How did you keep your emotions in check and stay focused on the task at hand? Did you have any tips and tricks?
It's hard. It really is.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you can kind of ignore. I mean, it is a distraction. You know, we just have to call it as we see it.
The balance between distraction and motivation, right?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, for me, and I think most of these guys, you know, once you get hit the very first play, you're back to football. You're back to staying on your regularly scheduled program, making sure you're doing what you've been coached to do all week.
One play at a time.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And at the end of the day, you know, with this game, your preparation will help you get ready for that last game. So I don't think the nerves and the energy and all that should get to you if you prepared the right way Monday through Friday.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait. Saturday night, Ray J is the place to be. Thank you so much for sticking with us for another episode of BullsEYE. We enjoyed giving it to you. And as always, horns up.